What up, world? It's your boy Charles Brown back again for another Talking Facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification. All right. I wasn't going to talk about COI LERAY and I wasn't going to talk about her 11,000 units sold in the album because I don't find that to be the most important part of the story. I feel like COI LERAY is smart, right? I watched her interview on the Breakfast Club and I feel like she's going to be here for a while despite being Benzino's daughter. Nothing wrong with Benzino as a man, but it sounded like his relationship with her as a father is really, really suspect. As far as they're always arguing and they really don't get along, they can't really seem to meet eye to eye on a lot of things. My issue with this whole thing with COI LERAY, a lot of people are jumping on this girl because she didn't sell but 11,000 units in the first week because she had the biggest song, one of the biggest songs in the world with Nicki Minaj, and she was pretty much everywhere for a while. The industry is crazy right now. The industry is messed up, and if you don't have certain things in place before you jump out there and try to sell an album, you're going to struggle, right? No matter who's on your team, no matter how cool you think you are, no matter how fresh and hip your music is, you're going to have trouble if you don't put the pieces in place. You know how they say trying to get the cart before the horse, right? Now, I watched COI LERAY on the Breakfast Club, right? And she said a lot of things. And I literally watched the entire interview because it was mad interesting. She had a lot to say. It was mad interesting about her relationship with her dad, or mad interesting about what she does with her team as far as the music they're doing. It was mad interesting about how her and Nicki Minaj hooked up for the interview. I mean, not the interview, the video and the song, and how Benzino almost ruined the song because he leaked it out on Clubhouse, and then Nicki wasn't going to put the song out no more. All of that was interesting. But what the most interesting thing I saw in this interview was her relationship about older people and younger artists. And she kept coming at Charlemagne because she said, "What are you listening to right now?" I mean, she's young and she's gonna be brash and abrasive and she's gonna have opinions. And she's like, "What are you listening to right now?" He was like, "Pusha T." So the rest of that interview, she went on and on to talk about how Pusha T was dope, but she doesn't listen to Pusha T. She don't know nothing about him because he's old and his music is old. And she basically called Charlemagne a dinosaur, and the people that listen to stuff that he listens to be a dinosaur. And basically went on to say she's sick of the gatekeeper mentality that the people like Charlemagne who have potential to put new artists on, they don't use it because they're stuck on listening to people like Pusha T, right? And I really wasn't offended by most of what was said in the interview, but what did start to strike a nerve after a while, and I get it. I made a lot of concessions about it because she's young and she's brash and she's like these young people, but she kept going on about how us dinosaurs are not giving these younger artists their due, and we're instead of embracing them and opening the door for them, we're making it harder. And they need to. She basically was saying, y'all need new blood up here because you are an influencer and you don't even listen to. You're 43 years old. You don't even listen to my music or none of them or none of my contemporaries. So we kind of need to replace you, right? And she went on and on about it so much, it started to make me have a real conversation that this is you got to earn this, right? She started naming all these young artists that she's down with. She got her ex boyfriend. He's an artist coming. She started naming all these young artists and telling Charlamagne, "You don't listen to these people. You pretty much need to get out the way." For what? Everybody that he named, Pusha T, has a long legacy, a long career in this game. He don't need to get out nobody's way, right? And that's the problem with these kids. They don't understand. You got to earn that. You got to earn that seat on that mantle. You're not gonna just get up there because you're young and you dancing around and you feel like that is cool on TikTok. This ain't what that is, bro. And this is the message to the younger artists. Just because you're popping in your demographic, it don't mean we owe you anything. And it don't mean we got to get out the way and we got to move aside so you can get in. Because what? You have your lane. There's lanes for this. And for all that she said about Pusha T, I guarantee you Pusha T do more than 11,000 copies. And this girl had Nicki Minaj on that album, right? Even Nicki Minaj came out. I would have did the album this because it flopped. I mean, I'm just being 100. Yeah, she can work the album and make some moves, and you know what I'm saying. You can work an album for a year. I always say that you can work an album for a year. So she can work that album for a year, get that thing up to 35, 45, 50,000. Then the record label can recoup and she can start on her next project. But end of the day, it only sold 11,000 when you got Nicki Minaj on your first single. Like your biggest single is Nicki Minaj is leading the album out. That thing should have went through the roof, right? So even though you had all of this stuff lined up, you got everything you wanted apparently, which is the songs you wanted and the features, and this whole thing was supposed to be a monster, and it only went 11. But you gave Charlamagne all this lip and all this stuff about listening to Pusha T, and I call you people dinosaurs. Well, you didn't prove nothing. I'm sorry, mama, you didn't prove nothing. End of the day, Pusha T earned this. And these young artists, they don't want to earn it. They want to get a hot TikTok song. They want to get 2 records and jump right into the pool and get all the love that they think they're supposed. They want to be on Drink Champs. Why? What are you talking about? Get a career. Get a career. And the simple fact of the matter is, when we see these kids acting like that, when they're telling us you're listening to Pusha T, that makes you a dinosaur. It makes us push back and wait for moments for you to flop, right? I wasn't waiting for her to flop. I didn't expect her to flop. I expected her to do well. If you would have blindfolded me and say, all right, what you think COI LERAY, her album dropped this week? The numbers I am, what's your best guess? I would have been like 55, 50,000. So I would have said something, because I expect these young people who are plugged in like her with all this going on, all this buzz and all these people talking about her. I would have expected it to be a real serious number, not 11,000. Right? Somebody with very little buzz going off could do that. Her age, what this chick, like 20 years old? I don't know how old she is, but she's young. 23, 24, something like that. I don't know. But she's waving the flag for these young people and put these young people on. And this is what we're trying to tell y'all. It ain't that easy. And no, we don't got to jump to your defense and start switching up and changing our flows and changing our musical taste because of what you doing right now. It's too finicky. Your own people don't, women didn't even, like, this supposed to have been something women should have been supporting. Like, you know what I'm saying? The women, the young kids, nobody. Like, this sounds like it was not properly vetted right. It wasn't properly put in place, even with the Nicki single. In hindsight, they probably wish they didn't even drop that song right now. Or they dropped the song and didn't drop no album at all and let the song bubble, because apparently the song did not do what they thought it was going to do for the album. Right? So, no, us old heads, quote unquote, we don't got to start giving y'all the lane and giving everything to y'all. Y'all haven't earned nothing. Right? And I try to tell people that I rock with, I'm like, no, I don't have to start paying attention to what these kids listen to, because it's really, they don't even listen to it as much. Everybody doing really good music is 30 up. I'm just going to keep it a buck. So no, I don't got to bend over backwards to try to figure out what an 18-year-old is listening to. I don't care. It's usually like not that good anyway. So end of the day, these artists need to understand when they're trying to insert themselves in a grown folk conversation, you need to have grown folk numbers. And I'm not talking about kiddie land, kiddie pop numbers and things like that. I'm talking about real numbers where you could say, okay, you guys are dinosaurs. You're not plugged in on the pulse of the culture. She basically was saying, y'all not plugged in on the pulse of the culture. She basically was saying, y'all are out of touch and y'all need to be replaced. Well, basically, we ain't the only ones out of touch because it didn't do what you thought it was going to do. End of the day, these academics was the one that posted it. It only did 11,000. Now, again, I understand you're young and this and that, but I need these young people to stop coming at older people. Charlamagne is a veteran in this game. And the people he's listening to are people who surely are staples and do have a fan base already. You can't tell a grown man, don't listen to the grown man music, listen to these little kid stuff. It ain't going to work out. And Charlamagne kept it mad humble. He was respectful of her, but he knew in his heart that he was like, chick, you need to calm down. You got a couple good songs. She's like, what songs of mine you listen to? He's like, really? Why would he listen to? Why would he be listening to your stuff? First of all, he's not a DJ. He's not the DJ. He's just a radio. He does commentary from his perspective of his age. He doesn't owe nobody nothing. These kids don't understand. You don't owe them nothing. Like I said, she was very humble, but when it came to that point of they wasn't listening to all her music like that, she wasn't trying to hear that. She got really indignant about their listening taste, and they should be listening to this, and they should be listening to that, and you don't like this. And she kept going at Pusha T for no reason. I was kind of like, yo, leave the Pusha T thing alone. He ain't in this conversation. So now, go back to the drawing board, figure it out. Maybe you should start listening to these older cats, because probably if you had more mature music on there that we wanted to hear, we probably wouldn't listen to it. Believe it or not, we still listen. We still got buying power. Right? I don't know. You let me know what you think in the comments, man. These young kids, I don't know. You can't tell them nothing. We're going to figure it out. We got to figure it out together. We got to meet in the middle and understand this hip-hop is not just young people going to run over it and take and knock all the records out and all the stats, and now they done got their top 10. That's not how this works. So end of the day, COI LERAY, you're going to be all right. Keep doing your thing. I wish you nothing but the best. And all you young artists coming up, earn it first. Don't start jumping in our face talking about what we owe you and we need to listen to you and this and that. Earn it first. Chuckwick, CLBMG.com. Make sure you check that out. Force Multipliers down in the playlist. Check that out. Clash, the podcast every week. And Essential Varieties is a Black-owned website with all kind of natural soaps and things of that nature. Check it out. Essential Varieties. Did I say .org or .com? It's essentialvarieties.org. I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.
CLB.